I'm going to share my screen here. All right, so using the position function to move DOM, document object model objects, which is HTML. In this lesson, we'll be creating variables for our canvas and some HTML elements. So basically, this is the assignment I ended up with, which ends up looking like it is a lot of stuff here, right? Which is pretty crazy. But the actual assignment is it's not quite as difficult as this. And what we really just wanted to do was create our canvas element h1p and then learn how to move those doing create elements and then using the position function to kind of move them around and then making like a really simple drawing to kind of go with it. So I'm going to start a new P5 project to just kind of run through how we did this real quick. I am recording this, so I might move a little faster than I normally would. But I'm doing that just so the video doesn't end up being too long, and then you can watch the video after I upload it. And if you miss something, I can help you out right after this. So basically, here's what we did. We're going to create 3 variables at the top. We're going to create a canvas variable, set it equal to 0, an h1 variable, which will equal 0, and a p variable, which will equal 0. And now we're going to use all 3 of these in the setup. In front of create canvas, we're going to say canvas equals create canvas. That way we can use the variable later to manipulate our canvas. We're going to say h1 equals create element, and that element is a, in quotes, h1, and then comma, what we want the h1 to say. So it could just say hello, something really simple. And right away you can see we have a canvas and we have hello. Now the next line, p equals create element. That HTML element is going to be a p tag, so I put p in quotes, comma, and then I'm going to just say something like, this is my paragraph. It's just an example little thing here. And then already you can see I've got this is my paragraph showing up here. Now, how do we actually use these and move them around? Well, after this, we're going to do a third thing. We created the 3 variables. We defined the 3 variables here, and now we're going to use the position command to move them around. So I can say canvas.position, and then I can actually move my canvas. So if I say 50-50, watch what happens to my drawing canvas. I've bumped it down to where it's actually past the origin of the entire web page, and now you can see my h1 and my p have actually moved. And now we're going to, as an example, we're going to also move the h1. So h1 dot position, and maybe we'll move that to 100 on the screen. Now 100, and when you're using position, remember it's relative to the entire page, so this corner of my entire web page, not the canvas anymore, which is a little confusing. But now you can see that because I moved my h1 position after my canvas position, it becomes layered on top of it, and it's now technically inside the drawing, but it's really just hovering on top of the drawing. I'm going to do the same thing with p dot position. Maybe I'll move that to 100, 150 to put it just below. And there it is, right there. And the only other thing you kind of had to do, so we've done 3 variables, 3 create elements, and 3 positions, and now just kind of freestyle do something with your drawing. So maybe I'll do 100, 200, make a color background, make a just an example, make a no stroke. Fill, random 255 for some fun, and ellipse at mouse X, mouse Y, and that's 30 by 30, and that's going to give me a rainbow cursor, and then maybe I'll put some transparency in the background so that you can see the trails of that, which is kind of fun. And that's really all you had to do. In these other examples, we kind of added an image to the background by also setting an img variable. and then img create img, and then putting the address in there. I think I also did this animation here and did some this was just an example of some fun things you can do, like invisible text that gets revealed after you scroll over it. But really this assignment was just basically learning how to use the create element and the position to move HTML, make HTML elements in our JavaScript and move them around. And that's a wrap for that one.